Hey, this is Charlie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something pretty simple, just a quick barbecue chicken, or I guess I really wouldn't call it barbecue, maybe just like grilled chicken. Fairly simple. Just show you the items we're going to use. Not too much. I mean, we just have the boneless, skinless chicken breasts, which don't have a whole lot of flavor on their own, so we got to try to add some flavor. We're going to use some grape wood and mesquite wood, just throwing it in there on top of the coals, give us a little bit of smoky flavor. Just using some olive oil, some salt, pepper, some chipotle pepper flakes, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and this is the charcoal we're going to be using today. It's Hickory lump from B&B, and that's it for what we're using. Alright, so what we're going to do today, do some indirect grilling. This isn't going to be smoking. This is the Weber Summit charcoal, and I guess we have two modes here. If we were going to smoke, we'd have it down here. We'd put our deflector plate in here. We're not doing any smoking today, just kind of grilling. And I like to do kind of an indirect grilling here on the chicken. I'll indirect grill it for a while and then move it over the coals. So I'm raising our charcoal grate there, and I'm going to dump some charcoal in there. Not a ton. It's not a super, it's not like a real long cook or anything. This is that B&B Hickory lump. Let's get it in there. I kind of just set it up over to the side here. That's definitely going to be plenty. I'll add some chunks in here. A few more in there. Alright, so something like that. I'm going to put my lighter cubes in. Usually I do 2 cubes, one on each side. I guess it just kind of speeds up the process a little bit. This grill does have like a gas starter, but I've never really been successful starting them up high here. I mean, I'm sure you can, but it's down in that direction anyway. But so right now we're going to start these cubes. What I like to do is kind of get them down a little low and then put some charcoal on top of them. And this usually doesn't take too long. I give it, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, and this thing will be pretty good shape. Get those lit up. Put the coal right over the top. Get them in there. We got any others we can grab. Stick them on there. Alright, but we're going to let that run. About 10 or 15 minutes should be enough to have these things piping hot. Alright, here we go. We're inside now prepping while the grill's doing its job here. We have 3 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Not a ton of flavor, so we're going to try to get a little flavor into them. Start off with just a little bit of olive oil on each one. Not a ton, just a bit. I like to brush it on here. The olive oil all the way around it, every nook and cranny. And then, so we have that olive oil brushed on, we will start with a little seasonings. I think I'm just going to use this garlic salt here for my salt today. Like I said, I mean, this is very simple. This Lawry's garlic salt, it works wonders. A little bit of salt on there, and we're going to add a little bit of black pepper here, a little cracked black pepper. To each one. Get them looking good. And then I like to add some of this as well. This is the, it's just a bunch of different types of peppercorns. A little crack there too. Get those on there. And we're also going to add a little bit of Worcestershire. I mean, this is a very simple recipe. Not much going on here. Very simple. We'll get our flavor from the charcoal and the wood there. So we kind of keep this pretty simple. Just let it sit for just a second. I mean, it doesn't really have to sit too long. I'm going to flip these over now. Let me grab and flip these over just so I don't have to wash my hands. Flip them over on the board. And we'll repeat on the second side. So we get these flipped over, we'll kind of spread out the seasoning in there. It's a very simple recipe for these chicken breasts. Add a little more olive oil to each side here. Just a touch, not a ton. And then we will brush it on, get it all inside there, all the way around. Every part. And then we just do kind of the same thing we did previously. We'll put a little garlic salt on there. Just a touch on each one. And then we'll go in with the pepper. Cracked black pepper on each one. Go with a little peppercorns as well. There's lots of pepper flavor going. And, oh, the Worcestershire. And then we'll let these sit. They won't sit very long. I don't let chicken sit out too long. It'll sit for just a bit until those coals are ready. It won't take too long on those coals. One thing I was going to show on the wood here. So we have a piece of mesquite wood, piece of grape wood. What I like to do, especially if I'm just throwing it straight on the coals, all right? So I'm not doing any smoking with it. Typically, if you just throw it straight on those scorching hot coals, they're just going to burn up on you, and you don't get much. I like to wrap them in a little lightweight foil here, and I'll put some holes in this just to kind of get some smoke going. This isn't a super long cook. I mean, these chicken breasts, you know, typically I don't go on time. I'll go off temperature. I want them to get to about, I usually get them to about 160 and then move them over to the direct flame there and finish off like the last 5 degrees on the direct fire. I would guess, I don't know, we'll put a timer on it, maybe 20-25 minutes total for the cook time. But I'll put some holes in this and we will go out to the grill. And hey guys, I forgot to put my crushed chipotle pepper. I like this, just sprinkle just a touch on here. We'll go each side. I mean, it's not a lot. This stuff can get, I guess, a little spicy. As you see, I mean, it's just barely going on there. And I'll do it both sides. Just forgot to show that. And then we'll head out to the grill. Get them on the grill. A little more crushed chipotle pepper. All right, and that's it for that. That's a little crushed chipotle pepper. Thanks. All right, yeah, the coals are piping hot now. Actually, they cooked down probably a little more than I wanted. I had to, right in the middle of, after lighting them, my daughter had to go somewhere, so, you know, that's the way it goes. So they've been lit now. I would say this has probably been 20 to 25 minutes going just full steam. But right now, back up, honey, it's hot. Watch out, sugar. And right now, I'm going to pop these pieces of wood on here. I'm going to cut little holes in them just to get a place to kind of smoke a little bit. Let's get some holes popped in those things. A chunk of mesquite right there. We'll get a little bit of the grape wood here. Little hole cut in there so they can kind of smoke in there. Ooh, hot. Man, that is a hot grill. But we'll wait just a little bit. These things should be smoking pretty good. Ooh, that is hot. Anyway, we'll give them a few minutes. They should start smoking. Alright, so as we can see, we got some smoke rolling there. That's good. A little more grape than mesquite. That's fine. Boy, those coals are burning down. I let them run for a long time. And so now, what I like to do is put the grates on now and give them a good clean off when they're done. And so, get our grates on here. I like to let it heat up and then brush them. So we'll do that now. We'll let those heat up for a bit. We'll close that down. Alright, so here we go. We've heated up probably enough to clean the grates. Before every cook, I like to heat them up a bit and clean them. And I bought this grate. I had a friend of mine was talking about you know, the metal bristles and how it, I don't even know if he heard a story how it got in the food and it went into your throat, those metal bristles. And so I switched to this one. And to tell you the truth, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it cleans very well. So I'm kind of going to look for a replacement. I probably use this now 4 or 5 cooks. And it's not, it is wire, but they're kind of braided around. It's not bristles. And to me, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it gets a great job. And maybe it's my grill. I have all these. See where we have this circle, this center. I mean, it's not just a straight run at it. It's bouncing up all over the place, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of that. But anyway, fixing to put the chicken breasts on now, and grill is ready to roll. All right, ready to put the chicken on now. Coals are done. So the way I handle it, I'm going to put these over here on this side, kind of away from the flame. We'll flip them here later, but right now we'll get them all kind of the same direction, kind of opposite side of the flame there. But actually, we're not going to plug our stuff in just yet. I'm also going to start my timer over here after everything looks good there. Where we're at on the timer, which I just accidentally hit it, but we started it up, and we'll see how long this cook takes. It shouldn't take too long, but we'll keep the timer going. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to show about 5 minutes in now. We're at 400 degrees. I just want to show the temperature. I really don't care too much about the temperature. This isn't like I'm smoking for a long time. 400 to 450 is probably what I was shooting for. That's fine. I'm going to let it run for about 10 minutes, then flip them over, and then I'll put the probes in. And once I get close to about 160, 161 or so, I'll put them over on the where the fire's at and get them, like a char on them. But that's my goal. Just wanted to show you the temperature. We're around 400, just a bit over. All right, so we're at 10 minutes here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these.
What are you talking to?
Go ahead and flip them over. Yeah, they're looking okay. Flipped. Switch sides too. We'll flip them. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the probes in. Take our 2 biggest ones, or maybe some. They're all kind of about the same size here. Let me move this back just a touch. So, like I said, what I'm looking for is about probably about 160, 161 or 2, somewhere around that. And once we get that, then we'll put them over on the fire. All right, here we are. We're at 161. That's a good temperature, so we're gonna go ahead and move them on over to the hot side of the grill now. There we go, looking good. They actually look really good. And we're gonna just put them on over here, right over the coals, quickly, just for maybe a minute or 2 aside. Just trying to get a quick char on them. All right, it's been about a minute. We're sitting at 36 minutes right now on this cook. We'll go ahead and flip them on over. Looking good. Trouble with chicken, sometimes it can get almost too smoky. And I'm hoping for it not to get too smoky, but anyway, maybe another 30 seconds to a minute, and then we'll take them off. All right, here we go. 37 minutes on the grill. We'll let them sit here for a few minutes before we attempt to try them, but that's it. All right, so it's been resting for quite a while here. We're going to cut into one of these and we'll sample it up. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Hope it's not overly smoky. I guess that's the big thing we're looking for. Here you go, Colton. You want to try one?
Yeah.
You can grab one of those pieces there. Eat the whole thing at once. Does it taste good?
Mm-hmm.
What does it taste like? Keep your mouth closed. Hold on. I think you put too much in your mouth at once. Well, keep your mouth closed while you chew. How does it, once you finish and swallow, then you can tell us how it tastes. All right. Well, I think that's good. Charlotte, come here. You want to try this? You want to try that chicken? Why?
I don't.
You don't even want to give it a try. It's just chicken.
It's so good.
No.
Tastes like ice cream.
Does it taste like ice cream?
No, it doesn't taste like ice cream. Do you like chicken, Charlotte?
No. I don't like that.
It tastes like chicken.
I like chicken at school.
She said she likes chicken at school.